let's take a look at the euro dollar for the upcoming September the 14th session. And as you can see here, looking at the hourly chart, very, very, very choppy. Not a lot of price movement in here. And really what we want to do is see price kind of break out of the range that it's in. We're going to go up to a daily chart here real quick and take a look at it. You can see that, again, we've been battling with trying to stay above this upper trend line that's on the top of the channel here. So as we take that down to the hourly chart, what we're going to keep an eye on is if price closes below this on a 1 hour or greater time frame, then we'd be looking for a sell. Close above this level up here on at least a 60-minute chart, we'd be looking for a buy. And that's about all we can see on the euro dollar. To be honest with you, we'd rather just, if you see all this choppy price action that we've had for the last 2.5 days going into last week, we'd much rather wait and see price break out of this consolidation and then look to strategize a trade. You know, we're not desperate for a trade, so really for us, we're going to be looking for a hold on the euro dollar for the upcoming September 14th session at this point until it breaks out of or back into this daily trend line here, into that back into that channel. Again, a significant time frame close in here, we'd be looking for a sell. Again, a significant time frame close above here, we'd be looking for a buy. And we're going to put a small position on in those two cases, looking for some commitment. Again, if it's so choppy in here, you may want to stay out of the market on the euro dollar for the upcoming couple sessions until it decides to break out of this level. So that's what we're looking for the euro dollar for the upcoming September the 14th session. Let's take a look at the pound dollar for the upcoming September the 14th session. As you can see, there's that daily trend line we've been watching for the last couple weeks right in here. We've come back up above it. We haven't had a lot of strong follow through though, but we do want to realize we're on the top side of that daily trend line. So if it happens to come back down into this level, we could be looking for it as support. So let's go down to the 1 hour chart again, the 1 hour time frame, because it is coming back over the weekend, and see what we're going to be kind of maybe strategizing. So here's that daily trend line, and although we are a long way from there, there's no real trend lines to be drawn in here. Right in the short-term area, there is a long in here. Sorry, with my mouse slipped. And if we draw a trend line from last week, there is a little bit longer time frame trend line, and that's what we see coming in right at that level right there. So for the pound dollar, it's kind of again dicey, not quite as dicey as the euro dollar. If we get a close above this high right in here, what we're going to be looking for again on the 60-minute chart, we're going to be looking for a buy because we're looking again to stay on the top side of this daily trend line, which is the line right here. A close below this low right here, this trend line on at least a 60-minute chart, may not give us enough room to fund. So we're not going to be looking for a sell anywhere in this area. Another area we'd be looking for a buy is at this trend line here if price holds and then breaks the trend line to the upside, or if price actually falls back to this daily trend line, holds there, and then breaks a trend line again to the upside. So for the pound dollar right now, we're only really looking at 3 buys. A close above here on an hourly chart, a trend line break if price holds on this trend line to the upside on a 30-minute chart. Whoops, and let's take that back there. And if price holds here on this daily trend line, a futuristic trend line that may develop, you know, maybe down from this point. Let me kind of draw that out for you. There we go. Let's draw that out. There we are. Like say price dropped and develops a trend line like that, holds in this area, a close above this trend line on a 30-minute chart would be acceptable as well. So those are the trades we're really going to be watching for. Mostly just 3 buys. It's kind of quite a ways from where we are right now. It's almost 100 pips from here. Could it keep going down? Sure. But much like the euro dollar, out of consolidation. So we're mostly on a hold, not looking for any sells right now on the pound dollar, but looking for those 3 opportunities for a buy on the pound dollar. And that's going to be a wrap for the upcoming September the 14th session. Let's take a look at the dollar Swiss for the upcoming September the 14th session. As you can see, price action did not really follow through at the end of last week very well. Price has come back up just a little bit. So over the course of the week, we're going to be very watchful if price happens to come up to this particular previous support, see if it treats it as resistance. But if we get down to the hourly chart, and the hourly, because it's come from the weekend, you can see very choppy price action. There's a couple things we're really going to watch for. One would be a sell opportunity, and let's just go ahead and delete some of these lines so it doesn't become very ambiguous. It doesn't seem to want to be letting me delete these lines. There we go. We're going to look for a sell on a close below this level here on a 60-minute chart, as well as a close maybe above these highs, and for a on a 60-minute chart for a buy. Now, if we're going to go to the upside on this, we're actually going to trade a smaller position. And the reason for that is all of this consolidation that's in here, price could just bounce and whip around like it's been doing in here. And we're going to be to the upside looking to secure our profit a little bit more quickly, maybe take 60%, 65, 70% of our trade off the table in the 20 to 30 pip range. A little bit different here, considering that we've had a break of a daily trend line. If we close on a below these lows here on a 60-minute chart, we'd be looking to fund our trade normally as it progressed. So one buy, one sell we're looking for on the dollar Swiss for the upcoming September the 4th session, and that's it. Again, be very wary of all this consolidation and the spiky price movement. Take your profit in greater chunks for a shorter pip run. That's going to be a wrap for the dollar Swiss for the upcoming September the 14th session. Let's take a look at the dollar yen for the upcoming September the 14th session. And again, as we come across over the weekend, we want to be mindful that the indicators sometimes of kind of not having a lot of volume through them. Again, over the last couple of days, most of the brokers are closed. So when it comes to trading for the weekend, we want to identify two things. The highs and lows from Friday, basically, which are right here and right here. And so we're going to watch for closes above this level to go long on a 60-minute chart, a close below this low here to go short on a 60-minute chart. The other thing we're going to watch for, either direction after really the London market begins to come online, is if price holds up at this level and then a trend line break, we'd sell. And likewise, if price is down at this level, we'd look for a trend line break to buy. So there's really going to be a buy and sell around most trades, two buys, two sells. And that's because we may not get any kind of trend line breaks that are caught here in the middle. But primarily, we're going to be looking for a buy above this level here when the 60-minute candle closes above this high, or a 60-minute candle closes below this low here. And then we're going to look for a trade in that respective direction. So that's going to be it, and it's going to be a wrap for the dollar yen for the upcoming September the 14th session.